The police are doing nothing! I lost my job! Lost my job? The police are doing nothing. This is a man's world! I'm the victim! Remember? I'm the victim! And they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me.
We don't care.
Days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes.
Some people seem to believe that making false accusations isn't a serious problem. They might feel comfortable ruining someone's life over very minor issues or reasons. This situation is difficult and unfair, and there's a strong feeling that those who try to use these kinds of false claims against innocent people should face serious consequences.
So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
That story just doesn't add up. I mean, come on, in today's world, no one's leaving their front door wide open while they fall asleep on the couch. That's just asking for trouble. It sounds like one of those made-up stories people post online just to get attention.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why.
That girl who drives DoorDash who got fired because she recorded a guy butt naked on his couch. Yeah, DoorDash fined.
So, she made up a story and accused a guy of something that never even happened. And now, instead of taking responsibility, she's upset that DoorDash won't tell her why her account got shut down. I mean, come on, the reason seems pretty obvious. But some people just have to play the victim, no matter what.
So we just leave his food at the door, but like, the door's kind of cracked. Get on his couch, hold on. Yep. I was just at bed.
For a bit of context, here's what really happened. She made the delivery, noticed the door was slightly open, and decided to walk right in. Then she took some photos, posted them online, and claimed something serious had happened. But what she actually did was against the law, and now she's pretending like she didn't do anything wrong.
This is a man's world! I'm the victim! Remember?
She is not the victim. She is trying to gaslight and manipulate us. You decided to film somebody in their own home. Film that person asleep with their meat out and then post it on the internet. Was that instruction on the DoorDash order? Because all you were instructed to do was drop off the food at the front door. And now you are claiming you were SA'd. Now this is where it gets more worse. Or imagine if the roles were reversed and she was a man filming a woman in her house with her roast beef out. And what's more sadder is that her claiming SA, making it literally so much more worse for all the other real SA victims.
When people make up stories like this, it ends up taking away from the seriousness of real crimes. There are genuine survivors who've gone through terrible experiences, and false claims like this just make it harder for them to be believed. It's unfair, and turning someone else's life into an online spectacle doesn't make you a victim.
When you watch the original video, you can see that she is clearly going in for the most bestest angle possible. She wants to make sure that she gets everything on camera. If she just reported that to DoorDash, that would have been fine. But no, she posted it online for people to see. She literally got Bluetooth SA'd. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Just put the fries at the door. I'm curious to hear the story from the guy that DoorDashed the food and was filmed in his own house. And we need to see that Ring camera footage. Do you support the DoorDash girl or are you normal?
What some people do on social media these days is honestly disturbing. In this case, it's clear she wasn't just trying to embarrass a guy who was minding his own business, she also wanted attention online by making a serious claim. And that kind of thing isn't a joke, it's a serious issue that shouldn't be used for clout.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email, they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email. So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team.
She's online complaining about how DoorDash deactivated her account, but that's not even the real issue here. The real question is, why hasn't she faced any legal consequences for what she did? It just doesn't make sense.
I had to wait until a woman broke into a man's house, recorded him nude, and lied and said he SA'd her for people to finally be like, believe all victims is dumb. Believe all victims almost represents the idealism that women don't lie. Like they're incapable of lying, like they're incapable of manipulation, like they're incapable of domestic violence, like they're incapable of pedophilia, like they're incapable of murder. We cater to a culture that passes.
It's kind of strange living in a time where someone can be seen as both a victim and the one in the wrong at the same moment. And if you even question the story, you're suddenly the bad guy. These days, it feels like you're expected to believe everything you hear without asking a single question.
Hence the reason why a bitch can literally, the DoorDash instructions said to leave the food on the porch. Why the f*** are you in my house? Not only are you in my house, you had to open my door, which wasn't completely open, to enter the house, which means you broke in according to the law. And now, so when you break into this house, you are in such a deep psychosis to where you think somebody harmlessly chilling on their couch, naked, knew whatever he was doing it in the confines of a home that he paid for.
Sure, maybe it's not the smartest move to fall asleep on the couch without clothes on, but that's not really the issue here. The man didn't break any laws, he was just in his own home. Yet she decided to post about it online and try to embarrass him, all for a bit of internet attention.
Who gives a and you so self-centered and such a weirdo, such a dedicated man hater that you think a man sitting on his couch harmed you. We have catered to the psychosis of for too long. We let who have never been through anything get on here and virtue signal for every man on the planet being terrible. And you have this type of that happens.
This is what happens when people start to believe that the whole world is out to get them. They find every reason to paint themselves as the victim, even when their own choices put them in that situation. At some point, you have to take responsibility instead of blaming everyone else.
Hot take that I am expecting to lose followers for, and if I see my following count drop, I know that I'm correct on it. But that whole situation that happened with the DoorDasher girl who claimed she was assaulted, yeah, that's an example of modern day misandry. I don't think misandry is a real issue. I don't think misandry is an issue that I even need to tune into because it's so insignificant. It is literally like so insignificant.
It's strange how some people say that bias against men isn't a real issue. But when you look around, at social media, the news, even some companies, it's clear there's a pattern of negativity that's hard to ignore. Pretending it doesn't exist doesn't fix the problem, it just makes it worse.
But in that example, misandry did become a little bit significant, and I'll tell you why. She walks up to some random dude's house, right, that she's delivering food. First of all, if she saw the door was open, out of basic respect, you shouldn't look inside somebody's home. That's up number one. Up number two was that she saw a fellow human being laying naked on their couch, asleep. Keyword, asleep, meaning unconscious, unconsenting, can't make any decisions. She saw somebody in a vulnerable state, and she took advantage of it by victimizing herself so she could have an online story for clout.
It's surprising to see someone from that community actually stand up for the guy in this situation, especially on a topic like consent. Usually, that's the first thing that gets turned against men in cases like this, so it's rare to see someone take a balanced approach.
She filmed a man naked in his house. Instead of humanizing him for a second and maybe thinking to herself, hey, maybe the door swung open, maybe something happened, he forgot to lock the door, whatever. She filmed him naked, unconscious in his house. Instead of being a respectful human being and shutting the door, which is what I would have done if I see somebody in such an embarrassing, vulnerable state, shut the door and give them some privacy, she decided to film it and put him on blast and make it seem as if he assaulted her.
When even people who usually defend these kinds of stories are saying she went too far, you know it's serious. It takes a lot for that crowd to call someone out, especially when there isn't any solid proof behind the claim. That alone says a lot about how badly she messed up.
That is a little bit misandry. That's just a tiny, that's misandry. I'm sorry, guys. And at first I was like, it's cool. We can make funny haha jokes. Now it's serious because you're starting to believe you're victims in situations where you're literally the perpetrator of assault. Because filming a man naked in his own home unconscious is assault. But y'all wouldn't have, y'all heard that story initially and it didn't even click in your guys' head that it was assault because it happened to a man and not a woman. I guarantee you if it was a woman, if it was a man, if that DoorDasher was a man and the orderer, the person who placed the order was a woman and a man filmed a woman naked, unconscious in her own home, it would be on.
It's wild that we live in a time where some people actually believe a woman can't cross that line with a man. But what happened here clearly shows otherwise. What she did was completely wrong, and she did it just to get attention online. That's seriously messed up.
Excuse me. It's 9 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, what are you doing out here?
Does it matter what I'm doing out here? I'm hanging out?
Yeah. I can see you from my bedroom window filming your videos over here.
Okay.
Okay, it's 9 p.m. I can't sleep when I can see you out here.
Probably because you're standing looking out your bedroom window.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do. I can see you out here filming. It's 9 p.m. I'm trying to sleep. Why are you out here filming a video at 9 p.m.?
Are you being serious right now?
Do I look like I'm joking?
It feels like we're living in a time where some men think the only way to stay out of trouble is to just stay invisible, to not say or do anything at all. And even then, there's still no promise they'll be left alone. That's the reality a lot of guys are facing today.
Is this funny to you?
It's a little weird to me.
Why? That I want to sleep? Because I have to work in the morning?
That you're out here. Is this not a public space?
No, it's my house. My house is not a public space.
The parking garage is your house.
No. Are you filming me?
What
is this?
What are you hoping to get out of this?
For you to, we can wait for the cops to come here. If you want to do this.
So you stole my key and then you say...
I didn't steal anything, buddy. Why are you filming me right now? You can't film me on private property. This is my house.
Why'd you take my key?
Are you serious?
The moment she grabbed him and took his keys, that crossed the line. That's a crime. Realistically, if the police got involved, she should face consequences, though she'd probably just get a warning. But anyway, guys, that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves.